Welcome to this video where I'm going to be discussing how to do the portal maze in the Temple of the Deathwyrm raid. And this is a very simple maze. It's just a series of left and right choices. But I thought I'd do a video of it because I'm always surprised at when I bring in new people to this raid how often they struggle with this very simple maze. But the confusion comes from that left and right are relative. So I'm going to be showing what I mean and showing you how to do that. Now I've just stepped into the first puzzle selection chamber inside Temple of Deathwyrm. There's two different puzzle selection rooms, and each of them have three different puzzles that you can potentially do. Now one of those puzzles will always be locked out, so you'll have a choice of two per instance. And the puzzles are always in the same location if you're not familiar with that. So to the north is always going to be the trap room, and to the south is always going to be the jump room. Don't ever go in there if you don't have Mario skills. But there's nothing to fight, and if you like jumping and climbing, then that's a good one for you. You can see that one's blocked off. And then to the west is always going to be the portal maze. Now you can figure this out just by using trial and error. Now you can see I step in here, and obviously I have a choice left or right. Now I will say too, if you like riddles, you can read these little runes here. I think you have to have a high intelligence or be a dwarf to read it. Apparently I can read it. But in any event, I'm not going to be discussing how to do that. I don't even know the answers. So I always just do it with trial and error. So just pick a direction, and if you got it right, you'll see another portal room. If you got it wrong, you'll see this guy. So we went left, we know it's not left. It must be right, so I'm just going to put an R there. As people usually do is they just put an R, left L and R to indicate which direction to go. So you can talk to this guy and he'll just kill you, and then he just sends you to the beginning of the portal maze. If you don't want to die there, you can just detour back to the start and then run all the way back. This is a little bit quicker, so I always just do this. Now, if the raid was locked, you wouldn't want to detour out of there if your friends were already waiting for you at the end, because you teleport back into the beginning chamber, and the portal wouldn't be there if the raid was locked. The portal to get to into the rest of the raid. Okay, so we know that the first selection is right. And now we have another one on the right and left. I'm just going to choose left again. Alright, so it was left. And we got left and right. So obviously left and right, very simple. And it was left again. So if I were running this raid, I would type in RLL so people would know. So here's where I think where the confusion starts, because people come here and go, well, wait a minute, there's two on the left. Well, what the heck? Well, it's always relative to facing the portals, whichever one's on the left or right. So you see left and right. Very simple. So I'm just going to choose left. And it's never going to be the portal you came... Oh, I guess you can't go back through. And it was left again. So here, you just look at the portals, and if you've been given the combination, then you're just going to choose left or right by looking at the portals, left or right. So I'm going to choose left, because we're just trial and error right now. Hey, it was left again. I got lucky. So now you got all these portals, and a lot of times you'll see pugs saying like left 1 or left 2. And people are like, what the heck does that mean? Well, it's always going to be one of these two on the left, and you'll know which two it is because it's always left or right relative to the dwarven runes. You can see there aren't dwarven runes anywhere else. So it's always left or right of the runes. These other portals don't matter. I'm just going to choose left. And I was wrong, so it's right. So here's my combination, R, and then 4 lefts, and then right again. So this takes us right back to the start. right, and then left, 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 and right. Remember here, it's always relative to the 2 Dwarven runes. One to the right, or to the 1 Dwarven rune. And in here, you go up. You get to see this little corner you can jump up on. And you go over the wall. You beat down the phylactery, and you continue to the rest of the raid. It's that easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. And if you happen to be on Sarlona, you are welcome to send me a tell.